I'll give you another story. This story I just heard last week. Baruch Hashem. Rav Mazuz just wrote a book, just published a book. He's one of Gdolei Ador right now. And it's not a common, he just published a book. There's a lot of different stories in it, and a lot of them are not like unknown stories. Not like unknown, but like not common stories. A lot of people that have a problem with Judaism and stuff, they don't like the rules. They like the food, they like the parties, but they don't like the rules. And a lot of the rules, as we talk about often, is from how the RaMBaM got it from, consolidated it from the Gemara, and then it became the Shulchan Aruch later on, with Rabbi Yosef Karo. People say, nah, maybe this RaMBaM is wrong. Maybe this RaMBaM maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe he was this, maybe he was that. Like, people think they're smarter than a RaMBaM. So I told you guys a story about the Nobel Prize winner that tried challenging the RaMBaM, right? How he couldn't write a verse like the RaMBaM could. Did I tell you guys this story? One person saying yes, the rest is saying no. Okay, so I'll tell you that story first, and then I'll finish with the other story, and then we'll finish.
I don't remember the story good, so it's good you said it.
Okay. So, there was one Nobel Prize winner, this generation, atheist, doesn't believe in anything. He goes, oh, what are you guys making such a big deal of this RaMBaM? I could do whatever he did. The rabbis came down and said, you can't do anything that he did. You can't even write one of the halachot that he wrote like he wrote it. It's like, what's the big deal? He just wrote a sentence. He copied it from somewhere. He goes, no. He wrote the halachot using divine wisdom, in essence, like Hashem wrote the Torah, where he minimized the letters. To show that you know an issue, you have to explain it in the least amount of words. So, for example, Einstein, le'avdil, but Einstein said, if you can't explain something to a 4-year-old, that means you don't understand it enough. So, the RaMBaM, he didn't just write the halachot. He didn't just write the laws. He wrote it in the least amount of words possible, where you could understand the entire halacha from the fewest amount of words. So you say, pick any halacha that you want, and then write all the details of the halacha with the least amount of words. Pick whatever halacha he wants. So this Nobel Prize winner picked the halacha. He came to them, wrote it, 37 words. They're like, a little lower. A little lower. Lower? Okay, you know what? Got it down to 29 words. Zaku Baruch, right? A little lower. Months he's working on this, because you have to put all the details. Can't just like cut this off, okay, it's basar chalav, it's okay. Can't. You have to put all the details. Broke his head. This is a really smart person. Long story short, I think he got down to about 21 words. 24, 21 words. Okay, there's no way that the RaMBaM wrote the same thing. They open the RaMBaM. RaMBaM, 7 words. And it's more detailed than his 24 or 21. You could understand more from the RaMBaM than you can understand from his. Genius that he had is out of this world. Can't compare it to anything in this generation. So the story that's written in Rav Mazuz's book, one of the things that RaMBaM was, he did many things. He says he was so busy, he didn't have time to breathe, he didn't have time to even swallow his own spit. He was so busy. No time to breathe, no time to eat. He said no time to study, even though he wrote all these books. So one of the things that he was the head doctor for the king of Egypt. So the king of Egypt liked him a lot, and he always wanted to test his wisdom. See how smart he was. So what do? They always play chess. This is almost 900 years ago. They play chess. So him and the, you like the story because it's mystical. They play chess, and every time RaMBaM wins, obviously. But RaMBaM had good midot. He wrote a whole book about Pirkei Avot, by the way. He wrote Pirkei Avot, he wrote a whole book, this one. Hey, this Shmona Prakim, this eight parts. Part of it also has Pirkei Avot, commentary on Pirkei Avot from the RaMBaM. So, phenomenal midot. So, he also knew he's the king. So, right before he got to the checkmate, he got to the check, and then he would flip the table. Oh, I'm sorry. All the pieces fell off. We have to start all over. Never officially winning. But he won every single time. Until one day the king says, okay, that's it. Let's put something on the line where you can't do what you're doing. Can't flip the things. No, come on, Kvodo, it's... Goes, no, let's put religion on the line. If you win, I convert to Judaism. If I win, you convert and be a Muslim. He says, no, come on, please, it's not necessary. No need. He goes, no, I'm making a decree. The king. You have to now. What is he going to do? So they start the game, and the RaMBaM says, all of a sudden I felt like I have no siyata dishmaya. All of a sudden I felt like every single move I'm making is the wrong move. And it is the wrong move. I'm putting this one this place, he beats me. I'm putting this one this way, he beats this one. And I keep losing my pieces. I have no siyata dishmaya. All the way to the point where for the first time ever, the king got to check. Not checkmate, but check. Which means he's one move away from beating him. Shem Elachem, RaMBaM will be forced to convert to Muslim here. And he got to a point where he had check on him. And then at check, all of a sudden, somebody knocks on a king's door. He says, open. And they see some tall, honorable man coming in with the gown, and looks very, very chashuv, very important. He says, I'm suing the RaMBaM for 100 zuz. I lent them 100 zuz, and I'm suing him for it, Your Honor, or Your Highness, or whatever it is. The king says, this guy lent you $100, 100 zuz, you don't pay him? It's not like you, RaMBaM. RaMBaM says, I don't even know who this guy is. I never saw him. I don't know who he is. I don't know him anything. The king says, you have to go to trial, you have to do this. And the person says, this new important person says, I'm willing to forgive him for the 100 if he swears to me, that he didn't do it. So, okay, I swear. No, I don't believe you. I already took my 100 zuz. You have to swear to me in my language, so I know you're not playing any tricks on me. And the king says, RaMBaM, you have to do it. Come on, please, we have to go back to the game. It's not honorable for the king's doctor to owe somebody 100. It's a bad name for the kinghood. Okay. What do you want me to do? Okay. So repeat after me. He starts talking to him in Hebrew. But what is he telling him in Hebrew? Move the horse 2 places to the right. Move the other one 3 places to the left. Move this one, this position, 5 to the front. And you won. And he gives him all of the moves of the chess match. And the king doesn't understand, obviously. He doesn't speak Hebrew. He says, okay. And RaMBaM is surprised. He goes, he makes those moves, and it turns around from the king having check on him. Within 3 moves, he wins the game. RaMBaM wins the game. The king is about to tear his hair off. He's like, how is it possible? Just a minute ago, you almost lost. 3 moves, you beat me? How? He goes, to tell you the truth, the guy that just came in here, he told me. He goes, what do you mean he told you? The guy that just came in here, that I didn't know, he told me exactly how to beat you. In Hebrew. Find them! I demand you find this person. I don't believe it. I demand you find this person. They looked all over town to find this person. Eventually they found him. They brought him back to the king. They say, who are you? He says, my name is Avraham ibn Ezra. Ibn Ezra. Where are you from? I'm from Spain. When did you come in here? Yesterday. When did you leave Spain? Yesterday. How could you make it from Spain to Egypt in one day? And why did you come? He says, I came because I had a dream, that they came to me in my dream and they said that a very righteous person by the name of RaMBaM is going to need my help at this exact moment. And I have to come to help him before he loses a chess match. Okay, so you had this dream, but how did you get from Spain to Egypt? It's weeks away. Said, I used my Kabbalah knowledge. I came here in one second. What do you mean you came 1 second? He goes, I came, I did the Kabbalah, and then 1 second later I was here. The king's like, come on, this is nonsense. And the RaMBaM says, no, it's not nonsense. It's true. I could do it too. I could do it too, he says. You could do it too? He goes, yeah. He goes, prove it to me. He goes, okay. What do you want me to do? He goes, okay, there's a city that's 3 days away. And they have a store. I want you to go to that store and bring me a receipt from that store. He goes, okay, no problem. Poop. Disappears, comes back 2 minutes later with the receipt of the store. That's the RaMBaM. That's the RaMBaM. So when people are saying, nah, I don't think the RaMBaM this, I don't think the RaMBaM this, you don't know who the RaMBaM is, please. You don't know who Ibn Ezra is. You don't know anything. These people were holy. These people were like all the superheroes that you have today. The fake superheroes that you have today are not even a comparison to these people.
That sounds like Dr. Strange.
Yeah. It's just things that are beyond our understanding. We're not even at the level to understand them completely or even half-wise. To understand them. When someone is completely connected to Hashem, Hashem changes nature for them. That's just a reality. This is why every single person that's mentioned by name, every single sage that's mentioned by name in the Gemara was at the level of reviving the dead. Meaning, somebody died, they could bring them back. And many of them, there's many stories in the Gemara where they actually did. They brought them back from the dead. Yeah, brought back whole tribes, yeah, so on. But the point is that they brought back people back from the dead. So, people get so impressed by inventions and different things. But, like for example, I posted a very interesting, very cool video yesterday about this scientist, this Japanese scientist that had his students take the egg out of the shell and put it in some little clear canister of some kind, and then put it in some heating machine that made the egg, the bird come out anyway, even without the shell. And you see like how the egg develops. You see how like the bird develops, but you see it, which is very, very cool. Which, by the way, I didn't know this until now. My wife apparently knew it because, like as I told you guys, she's the smartest woman I know and the smartest person I know. But I actually always thought that the bird was the yellow. Okay, I thought the yellow part turns into the bird.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I think.
No, it's not. It's actually a tiny little white dot on the yellow. The yellow is the food.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The dot eats this food and becomes the bird.
Wow.
So I never knew this. It's very cool, very interesting. So Yishtabach Shem Allah, you see Hashem's creation. Now we know. So people, so somebody made a comment, said, oh, is it, look at the inventions of mankind. But it's not inventions, first of all. Man does not create anything. They develop. Mankind does not create anything. Even the cloning and the stem cells and all of that stuff, it's not creation. It's development. Creation, only Hashem can do. You can take nothing and make something out of it. You can make nothing and then turn it into something. Man can develop. Hashem gave it the ability to develop. We take something that Hashem already gave us, and we can develop and build on it. If He gave us some metals and some plastics, we can put them together and make a phone. You know, He gave us an embryo. We could manipulate it and make it into two, or stimulate it to be a certain sex instead of male, female, and so on. But we're not creating anything. Man cannot create. Only God can create. So I think that we get so impressed with some of this stuff that we forget that if we get impressed on people and how they've discovered Hashem's creation, they've discovered the amazing abilities of Hashem's creations, that they forget about being amazed at the Creator Himself. Okay, yes, the doctor is smart, and the scientist is smart, and this one is smart, and everyone's smart. Yeah, great, but they're not even a pea in comparison to their Creator. You understand? So, because the Creator also created their own wisdom to even think of what they want to create or develop. Anything else? Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen ve'amen.